My name is Lars Kronmark. I am the chef instructor here at the Culinary Institute of America, and today we're going to make a stuffed portobello mushroom. The mushrooms will be stuffed with U.S. medium grain brown rice. Stuffing mushrooms is a classical preparation. You can stuff bell peppers, you can stuff squash flowers, potatoes, etc. But today we're going to use this delicious looking portobello mushroom cap. Let me show you how to clean it. First, I'll break off the stem, which we need to reserve to use for the stuffing itself. Next, with a sharp spoon, you scrape out the center, the gills as they're called, and you remove them onto a plate. Usually I don't use them for anything. They are very, a little bit bitter, and doesn't present a nice color when you cook them. The first thing we're going to do is pre-bake the mushroom caps for about 5 minutes at 350 with olive oil and salt and pepper. First the olive oil, salt and pepper. I recommend you do a couple at a time. They break very easily, very fragile. Let's now bake the mushrooms for about 5 minutes at 350 in our preheated oven. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and prepare our filling. First thing is to render our bacon. I'm cooking the bacon crispy, rendering out the fat. This fat is important because for the next step, I'm going to need this fat to cook the mushrooms. The bacon is now ready, and one idea you can do is you can put it on top of your napkin, paper napkin, and reserve it for later use. In the bacon fat, add your trimmed and chopped mushroom stems. You want to cook this for 2 or 3 minutes until the water, the moisture, is cooked out of the mushrooms. The next step is to add onions and garlic. I got my onions, got my garlic. Garlic. At this point, the onions and the garlic are both cooked. Onions are actually getting nice and clear. And at this point, let's go ahead and add the herbs. We start with the thyme and follow that by the oregano, both chopped. As soon as you can, after you add the herbs, go ahead and add your white wine. Our white wine will loosen all the flavors that's now stuck in the pan. And you want to form a glaze. And at the same time you do this, you're cooking off the alcohol. Watch for the wine to become into a very small amount. All you want is maybe a tablespoon or so of wine left, and it's actually forming a glaze on the bottom of the pan. At this point, the wine is almost gone. I add my pre-cooked medium grain rice. Toss it well. At this point, I'm going to turn off the heat and finish it off by adding back in my bacon, scallions, and last, the 2 cheeses. I got my grated Gruyere cheese, also my Parmesan cheese, mix this well together. Don't forget a little bit of salt and pepper in the end. And of course, we need to taste it. Delicious. Okay, let's go ahead and take the mushrooms out. This part of the preparation can be done ahead of time. We're now going to stuff the mushrooms with our stuffing. I usually use a spoon, pour the mushroom over the pot, and pack it in pretty good tight, about 2 or 3 full spoons like this. Place it back on the sheet because you're going to bake the mushroom one more time with the remaining cheese on top. A little bit left here, and a little bit left over for this one, and maybe one more. Let's see, right there. Okay. Let's go ahead and top the 8 mushroom caps with the remaining Parmesan cheese. Let's put this back in the oven at 375 for 8 to 10 minutes, or until the cheese is brown and melted on top. For service, I use the mushrooms several different ways. One of them is with a steak. And for the steak, I pick a nice big plate. I use usually a New York steak. And the mushrooms are a perfect side dish. I put this on the plate with some asparagus. Here we have the stuffed portobello mushroom used as a side dish. And for that, a little bit of color, we have a little bit of chopped tomato concassé on top, and that will look really nice. Here we go. Now, for a vegetarian option, since we don't have the meat, we will give them 2 of the mushroom caps. Let's find 2 of them here. And let's also give them a nice portion of asparagus. And I think, looking at the plate here, we can agree that this will satisfy both the meat lover and the vegetarian. Enjoy.